This is Charter Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance. Our guest today is Adam Brown. Suffice it to say, he is one of the most remarkable young men you will ever meet. There are a lot of ways one could be remarkable. His remarkable nature is as a result of, I'm not going to tell you yet. I want to speak with you about you and your path. You look a bit older, but you're how old?
I'm 14 years old.
Okay. So, at the age of 3, what were you doing?
Well, I was, being a normal 3-year-old, but my dad tells me that apparently I wasn't doing things that normal 3-year-olds would do.
Right.
As I was able to distinguish, where the forks and the knives and things like that were. And my aunt, who actually works in early child development, said he's not supposed to be doing that at that age. That's advanced for his age. So I've really...
And you advanced from there. Let's talk about those advances. You went to elementary school.
I did, yes.
But at the age of 8, you did something that was pretty unique for a second grader?
Second grader, yeah.
Okay, what'd you do at the age of 8?
Well, after second grade, my parents sat me down, said, we know you're doing very well in school. How's everything going? I said, I'm really enjoying it, but I'm bored in school.
Right.
And they gave me a new challenge. So
Which was?
Which was they started my first class at LA Mission College up in Sylmar, so my first college class.
So at the age of 8, you registered in a pre-algebra class.
Yes.
Talk to us about day 1.
Well, day 1, I came in. It was a Monday night.
Okay.
And I came in, and it was around 9 o'clock at night, college schedule. So I walk in, and there's my teacher, Mr. Tangelos, right there.
Right.
He's, yelling his lecture, and
Right.
it's really a different experience. And I sat down, and actually, funny story, the person next to me came up to me and was like, well, you're waiting for your mom to pick you up, right? Why, you're in class because she's in class. And I'm like, no, actually, I'm a student here. I said, oh, okay, sure.
Sure you are.
Actually, a few weeks later, the
Right.
person came up to me and tried to have them help me with their homework. So,
Exactly.
full circle
They
right there.
wanted you to help them.
Exactly.
So obviously you had success there. Being, let's call it a child genius, if I may,
Thank you.
clearly presents some interesting, exciting challenges.
Definitely.
Talk to us about what that was like for you at the age of 8, 9, 10. Talk to us.
Well, at the age of 8, it's definitely a new experience. I've taken going on 70 units now, so I've been in class the past 6 years at Mission College. I'm used to it now. So I
And
would
let's
say.
talk about that, because you're now 14.
Yes.
And after 6 years, you were able to get your 2-year degree.
Moving on a shorter path, a longer path than normal.
You got your associates from Mission College.
I did.
And I congratulate you, the youngest graduate of Mission College in its history.
Yes, thank you.
But what's remarkable about your journey is that you continue to take courses at your local public schools.
I do.
Explain.
Well, I graduated 5th grade, normal 10-year-old at Balboa Magnet, the only magnet school just for magnet students in LAUSD. And then I went to Nobel Middle School, was in the normal, marching band, jazz, all the normal stuff that someone would do at my age. And then this past year, I've taken a few classes at my local high school, Granada Hills Charter High School.
Right.
So-
But you had gotten your high school degree
Yes.
when you were at the middle school.
Yes.
And so why have your parents decided to have you continue to take courses in high school?
Well, I feel it's more of socialization more than anything else. I want to stay with people my own age, friends, girlfriends, things like that.
Do you feel socially at the same level as a 14-year-old?
I would say so.
Right.
People are always surprised with my educational
Right.
side of things, but besides that, I'm normally
Yeah.
conversing like a normal 14-year-old.
Are your fellow high school students aware?
Yes,
They are aware.
they're aware.
And how does that play out?
It's usually a funny thing to say, like,
Right.
oh yeah, I'm a college student,
Right.
as well as going to Granada High School.
Right.
But then they know me personally, and
Right.
you know,
So let's talk
besides
about the fact you're a college student, because you still are a college student.
yes.
As we speak today, you have been accepted where?
I've been accepted to the University of California, Los Angeles, so
Not bad.
UCLA.
As you may know, you may not know this, UCLA received the most applications in the world for the fall of 2015.
Wow, I was one of them.
Yeah, you were one of them. How did the application process go? Because obviously it's a unique, well, maybe it isn't a unique situation. I mean, look, you're simply transferring.
Sure.
You got your associates, you met the requirements, you're transferring, but you're 14.
Yeah.
I mean, was it an issue?
No, UCLA treated it just as another applicant. They looked
Okay.
at my grades. I had honors level grades. I was an honor student transferring.
Right.
So I had a good shot of getting in without my age being there.
Right.
But I think with my age there, I don't think they looked at that at all. They said they don't look at it in the application process at all. So I'd say that I got in happily on my own merits more than my age.
Tell me about the moment you found out you were accepted to one of the finest schools in the world.
Well, it was April 1st.
Was it? I
It
like
was.
it. I like it.
No, I'm sorry, April 30th.
Same thing.
Close enough.
It's close enough. Okay.
So April 30th,
Yeah.
we're driving to get dinner, my dad and I,
Right.
to pick up for my mom and my sister. And my sister has a disability, so whenever we have to rush home for something, it's usually something medical. So
It is interesting. If we can talk about it briefly, you have an older sister.
I do. I have a 17-year-old sister.
And she has cerebral palsy.
She does.
And so it's interesting that you have, I mean, I don't know her, but I understand she's a great
Oh yeah, she's
great
fantastic.
person. And,
Love her.
But, on the one hand, you have a child with cerebral palsy, a sister, your parents. On the other hand, you have, Doogie Howser. It's got, challenges indeed. So continue.
Well, on April 30th,
Right.
we had to return back because I said, Dad, we have to hurry back. It's
Right.
UCLA emailed me. And then he said, what'd they say? They said, well, you have to respond by June 1st. So normally if it's a denial, we're expecting, why would you have to respond to a denial letter?
right,
So we're
right.
there, and I'm actually trying to log in. I don't remember my passcode.
How could you not remember your passcode?
6 months after a flight, I'm trying to remember the
understand.
passcode. I'm trying to get in. And after 10 minutes I get in, I'm looking at the letter, I'm trying to read the letter, and it says, Dear Adam Brown,
Blah, blah, blah.
blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. And then my dad sees the ribbon. It says UCLA bound, and
You just hadn't seen it.
hadn't seen it yet. Yeah.
So what is Adam Brown going to study when he gets to UCLA?
Well, I am a history major, so eventually I'd like to go to law school. Hopefully.
Oh no, I went to
Ivy
law
League.
school. Come on, do you
I
need to?
know.
I will tell you this. I loved law school. Being a lawyer, obviously I'm not one anymore, was a little different. But law school was fascinating. I found
Oh,
it really
definitely.
compelling. So study history. Any era in history of particular interest to you?
Well, my favorite part of history is early colonial revolution. Right around there is my favorite point in
Why?
American history. I've always been fascinated by it, how the founders really took and beat the British Empire, which was the biggest empire in
It
the world
is a
at the time.
miracle that
It's a
the
miracle.
American colonials beat the empire. I
Exactly.
couldn't agree more.
It was so fascinating, and I've just expanded from that.
Do you want to be a lawyer?
I want to be a lawyer, but I eventually want to go into public service,
Oh, no.
politics. So
Now, why is it that you want to be an elected official? And 90% of our guests on this program are elected officials, so
Yeah.
I get it.
well, I
What is
feel
it?
as an elected official, I'd be the real voice of reason in
Right.
government, and I feel that with my lower age, it'd be
Right.
a new voice for.
So, what do you make, if I may, of the political environment today?
It's different than
Yes,
it was a few years ago.
It
I'd
is very
say.
different.
But I feel, everyone says America's system is broken, and I
Right.
believe that as well. But I think that we need younger people in government, and I think that myself, I can
Right.
use as a.
Are there certain issues that drive you? Are you most passionate about healthcare, immigration? What issues drive you?
I'd say education, definitely. I want to fix the education system as, you always say you want to fix the education
Right.
system, but I think that with
What
my.
does that look like?
But
Fixing the education system. I know I'm pushing you, but
Yeah,
I can do it. I think you're up for the task.
yeah, I'd say fixing the education system, figuring out what really makes students, proficient and advanced and things of that nature, and really just focusing on the student and the teachers themselves more than the big picture, so I'd say.
I'm amazed and I'm
Thank
stunned,
you.
and I congratulate you. And I can't wait to hear how UCLA goes. You'll come back after you graduate from UCLA, which could
Definitely.
be in 2 years.
Yeah,
could be
2
quick.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, because you already have your associates. His name is Adam Brown, youngest graduate of Mission College in Los Angeles. I'm Brad Pomerance. This is Charter Local Edition.